Hyrule is home to many things that go bump in the night. From the terrifying stall enemies that roam Hyrule Field, to the blood-sucking camps of Keese anxiously awaiting their next meal. And let's not forget the menacing cursed creatures that have been tainted by Calamity Ganon's dark influence. Although Breath of the Wild may not feel like it has that extra touch of Zelda spook to it, I found that all you have to do is dig a little deeper. So, let's focus in on today's topic. One of Breath of the Wild's creepiest characters, Kilton. Who exactly is he? Why is everyone in Akkala so spooked by his presence? And furthermore, what dark secrets might he be hiding? Let's find out. Kilton is Hyrule's #1 monster fan. Owner and operator of the Fang and Bone, he travels the land of Hyrule in his hot air balloon selling his various monster-inspired wares. Before beginning his travels, Kilton can be found at Skull Lake, which is located in the far reaches of deep Akkala. Here you can find him setting up for the grand opening of the Fang and Bone. Kilton will flash his business cards and explain everything about his savage swaps. Over the years, Kilton has poured his heart and soul into his research, creating items like the Monster Extract, Monster Masks, and the Dark Link armor set. In an effort to destabilize Hyrule's non-existent government and fight back against the deceased powers that be, Kilton has created his very own currency called Mon, which he will give in exchange for monster parts. After meeting him for the first time, Kilton will then appear on the outskirts of nearly all of the major settlements in Hyrule, between the hours of 9 PM and 5 AM. In terms of personality, Kilton is rather eccentric to say the least. I mean, the guy creeps out majority of Akkala just by experimenting out at Skull Lake. His presence alone gives people the heebie-jeebies. Although, after meeting Kilton, it's obvious that he's just an overzealous monster lover that's misunderstood. Right? That's where the rumors come into play. Characters such as Chabby, Haz, and Kayfa paint a different picture of Kilton. Chabby is a woman who can be found on the trails of Akkala. She'll normally be in the middle of fighting a bokoblin. Help her defeat it and she'll reward you with Monster Extract. Speaking of which, stick around till the end for a bonus where I'll teach you a few monster-themed recipes you can cook in-game to get into the spirit of Halloween. Continuing on, Chabby will then roughly explain what the extract is and divulge what she knows about Kilton.
There are some weird stories going around about that Kilton character. He's obsessed with monsters. They say he does all kinds of hair-raising research with them and came up with a bunch of strange stuff as a result.
Hair-raising research, huh? Interesting. She also includes this.
Kilton at Fang and Bone is way more interested in researching monsters than any normal person should be. I'd kinda like to meet him just to see what kind of weirdo loves monsters that much.
I mean, yeah, sure, the guy loves monsters, but he's not the only one in Hyrule. In fact, there's a character by the name of Lonnie that roams the Akkala region looking for giant monsters at night. Just like Kilton, she's infatuated with the dark underbelly of Hyrule. Lonnie does admit that her love for the strange drives Min away, but she doesn't let that stop her from pursuing what she loves. Huh. Lonnie and Kilton. I'll ship that. I guess either way you look at it though, Kilton draws unnecessary attention to himself by operating a shop in and of itself, let alone a monster shop. He's even gone out of his way and invested a little bit of money in advertising, unlike many of the other traveling merchants in Hyrule. This can be seen with his signs, one and only business card, and sample product that he's passed around. From here, the rumors get a bit more interesting. Kayfa, a woman that resides at the South Akkala stable, outwardly shows her concern for all the rumors going around by pacing the back of the stable, brandishing a tree branch as a weapon. According to her,
they say he's the owner of something called the Fang and Bone. It only appears at night, or so they say. It seems the East Akala stable up north is hiring soldiers for protection because of the rumors about Kilton. Be careful out there.
East Akala stable hired soldiers? All because of some rumors? Our next guy, Haas, is that Hylian soldier stationed at East Akala stable. Due to all the stories floating around, Haas keeps himself on high alert. Upon speaking to him, he'll spill the tea on our notorious monster aficionado. Recently, I've been hearing about a suspicious guy named Kilton. He runs a shop called the Fang and Bone. They say he goes around pushing some kind of cart night after night. He's been making people around here uncomfortable with his suspicious and otherworldly activity. Now, unlike the other two NPCs, Haas will give you a side quest directly attached to Kilton, appropriately dubbed a shady customer. The soldier will ask you to get all of the juicy details on Kilton so he can eventually hunt him down. It's as simple as heading over to Skull Lake, snapping a photo of Kilton, and then turning it back into Haas. After completing the quest, Haas has one last thing to say. I wonder what kind of stuff Kilton's Fang and Bone shop sells. Fangs? Bones? Evil things for evil? The more I think about it, the more it gives me the creeps. Hair-raising research, guards being posted at stables, and evil? Sounds like Kilton should be kept in Hyrule lockup. Although, these are just rumors. It's very possible that all of this is simply a game of phone tag. As word about Kilton's monster shop spread, unsavory rumors also spread due to his unorthodox product being sold in his shop, and his peculiar love for all things monster. But wait, he does technically experiment on monster parts. He also only appears during the dead of night, and have you heard the music that plays in the background when you approach the Fang and Bone? Sends chills down my spine almost every time I listen to it. What's the deal here? The rumors portray Kilton as this nefarious merchant. However, his personality and overall helpfulness says something completely different. Is he hiding something? I think so. It all lies in Kilton's one true love: monsters. You see, monsters are the sole product of demons. This time around, that demon would obviously be Calamity Ganon. 100 years prior to Breath of the Wild, it's referenced by Zelda that the sheer number of monsters throughout Hyrule had increased due to Calamity Ganon's imminent return. It's also shown during a blood moon that Calamity Ganon is the direct source for the revival of all of the monsters that you've defeated so far. Not to mention, all of the white-tiered enemies are described as being corrupted by Calamity Ganon's fiendish magic. This is represented by a purple stripe on their bodies. It's no wonder that the residents of Akala fear Kilton's shop. He's playing around with some pretty dark stuff that I don't think any Hylian should be messing around with. On the surface, Kilton's hobby seems harmless. All he does is take monster parts and crafts items out of them. Nonetheless, these monster parts come from creatures tainted by a demon. So in all actuality, he's playing with dark magic. In fact, just take a look at monster extract. That's pure monster malice if I've ever seen it. While the extract itself isn't harmful and can actually add some rather useful properties to food, it's where it comes from and the methods that are used to create it that are harmful. The extract formed in Breath of the Wild is very similar to evil crystals found in Skyward Sword. These crystals are formed by monsters who have the power to curse, which is referred to as dark magic. Knowing this, it can be assumed that every monster has a certain level of evil within them. As a matter of fact, evil malice or monster essence can be seen dissipating into the air after a monster is defeated. With all of that in mind, does extracting evil straight from a severed body part sound normal to you? I didn't think so. Kilton's secret is that he uses dark magic to extract pure monster malice to create the various items in his shop. Playing with dark magic has always been taboo amongst the people of Hyrule. Take a hard look at the Twili people. Their tribe once wielded dark magic in pursuit for more power. Ultimately, they were banished to the Twilight Realm for their crimes. Tapping into demonic energy isn't always best practice. you leave yourself open to becoming possessed and all sorts of other things. On one hand, Kilton's research is beneficial to us the player, but on the other, look at what it's done to the guy. His skin is turned all but a lifeless gray color, similar to the Twili rather than an average Hylian. He's lost a majority of his hair, and he can't appear in daylight. I'm serious, if you try to spawn Kilton during the day, he simply doesn't. Kilton can only appear during the cover of night. Come to think of it, even Haas mentions this limitation Kilton has. Incidentally, it might just be an Easter egg, but Kilton also sells the Dark Link armor set. Dark Link is shown in Twilight Princess as the physical representation of the Dark Interlopers, and as I previously mentioned, they used dark magic to try to further their power. It's fitting to have the only guy brave enough to dabble in the dark arts carrying around the Dark Link armor. Hell, while wearing the suit, Kilton will even comment on how he feels a pair of pure evil eyes watching him, proving without a shadow of a doubt that this armor must be tainted by evil. That's Kilton's secret. He's a strange one for sure. Although he and his product mean no harm, his research into black magic has left an unsavory taste in the mouths of the people of Akkala. What do you think about this Zelda theory? Does it have some merit to it? Or do you think Kilton made all the rumors up to drum up some spooky business? Let me know down in the comments below. Now for the bonus special cooking program I promised at the beginning of the video. Hello my fellow spooks, I am Star-Lord, and I shall be teaching you how to create some monstrous-inspired delicacies. We begin with monster soup. This dish consists of a whole lot of monster extract, a half a stick of goat butter, fresh milk, and a smidgen of Tabitha wheat. Next we have monster curry. Mix in a dash of monster extract, Goron spice, and a helping of Hylian rice, and you've got yourself one beautiful dish. Third on today's cooking special, monster rice balls. Start by balling up your Hylian rice, add some monster extract for unique flavoring, and a dash of rock salt to top it off. Monster stew is up on the chopping block. This dish is rather flexible. You can use any meat and any seafood, as long as you make sure you add the special sauce, monster extract. For dessert, we will prepare what is known as monster cake. A cake so sweet it will rot your teeth from the inside out. Made with cane sugar, goat butter, Tabitha wheat, and monster extract to give it some coloring. Monster cake is actually famous in Hyrule, and has been known throughout the generations. Even its recipe has lasted over 100 years. That's all the time we have for today's Breath of the Wild cooking show. I've been your host, Star-Lord. That's a wrap. Before we go, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you enjoyed today's theory, hit the like button and share the video around to a few friends. Thank you all so much for tuning in, have a safe holiday season, and have a happy Halloween. Peace out.